Well, Texans who perform an abortion could now face up to life in prison and a steep fine. This after the state's so-called trigger law went into effect today. ABC 13 reporter Courtney Carpenter is live with the response from critics. Courtney?
Yeah, good morning, Melanie. That's exactly right. It all just wrapped up here, a press conference up there at Houston Women's Reproductive Services. Beto O'Rourke was here along with some doctors that he gathered and women sharing their stories, really all expressing their opposition to this trigger law that is now in effect. And what does this trigger law really mean? Well, basically it means that abortion in the state of Texas in most cases becomes a felony. So doctors and medical providers who successfully abort a pregnancy can now face a first-degree felony charge. And Beto said this morning, we're talking about life and death of Texas women. He's reiterating that he feels this law is extreme and dangerous. Now, one of the local doctors who spoke out this morning had this to say.
My female patients making a choice in my exam room should be how we provide health care. Greg Abbott is not a doctor. He did not go to medical school and do residency. He does not understand the complexities of healthcare choices.
Well, meanwhile, there are many pro-life advocates who have been eager for this law to go into effect. We spoke with Kimberlyn Schwartz, the Texas Right to Life, who explains for them it was huge, of course, when Roe versus Wade was overturned back in June. Today's law going into effect, another big step for them, and they have their sights set on what they'd like to see change in the next legislative session.
In the next step, we want to expand the Texas Heartbeat Act to all abortions, so that way private citizens too can sue abortionists if they illegally kill a preborn child. We've witnessed how effective that was in saving preborn children over the last year with the Texas Heartbeat Act, and we hope to build on that.
And Beto was saying this morning, of course, if elected, he was saying when he's elected that he is going to be working to reverse all of these laws. Clearly a topic of concern a lot of people will continue to be speaking about.
Today, abortion is a felony in the state of Texas. It was already banned, but the trigger law now in effect imposes harsher penalties. A doctor convicted of performing the procedure could face life in prison and a $100,000 fine. There is no exception for rape or incest. It's also important to remember Senate Bill 8 is still in place. That bans abortions after a sonogram detects cardiac activity and allows private citizens to sue people they believe helped someone get an abortion. Several North Texas district attorneys and cities say they will not bring charges under the new law. Anti-abortion groups say that's a heartbreaking and illegal decision.